Hello, surprise. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to a wonderful Sunday full of energy because we are starting this amazing session in YouTube. And that is called JRF Power Sessions. We have been doing this for the past 1 week at TESS and it worked amazingly well. Getting together JRF awardees from the past, those people who have tasted the beautiful fruit of success. And we are inspiring the new upcoming JRF awardees. How is that? There are hundreds of people at TESS joining us in these JRF power sessions at 7 a.m. in the morning. And I thought all our YouTube babies would also be eagerly waiting. So every Sunday, your day can start with this energy capsule. How is that? It is going to be a wonderful exam. You should study, follow the tips that we give you, and read on your own, and you will do it. You won't believe this, guys. Apart from the paid students, you won't believe how many YouTube babies also got net and passed with JRF. So many. We are so proud of this. Really. So, everybody, good morning once again. Welcome to this JRF Power Session. Today, we have with us a JRF awardee from 2023 itself. This is Kainat Ghazal. She is from West Bengal. And Kainat studied at TESS the previous year in the paid course. She studied really well. And here she is in front of you, doing this amazing job. And Kainat is a very valuable member of Team TESS. She is also an academic content writer. And Kainat did her MA from Rabindra Bharati University in Kolkata, and she's now preparing for her PhD program. We have also here with us another JRF awardee. That is Medhavi Ritu, and she is the coordinator of all the JRF power sessions. She is also from the north of India. She is from Haryana. And oh my God, she got together 30 JRF awardees. And every one of them is one by one meeting all these students, inspiring them. Medhavi, please talk to us.
Good morning, ma'am. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Kainat. Thank you for coming on Sunday, especially, and doing this. Sunday is like the day we reserve for sleeping. But I'm so happy to see many of our students have joined today. So welcome, Kainat. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Medhavi. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so to all our YouTube students, I'll give you a general introduction. Like ma'am already said, we have this of 30 days. And every day we have one JRF achiever who will speak about his or her journey, how they made it. In this exam, strategy is equally important, and sometimes we all struggle with strategy. So the purpose of this is not passive listening. You all are supposed to be with a pen and paper. You are to note down the things or tips which you think you can inculcate in your routine. Okay, so if you think somebody has said something about how to revise a particular topic, you can note that down, and if it fits into your routine, you can inculcate it. So you get the method how to do it. That will immensely help you. Also, it will be an amazing revision of all the topics, because we have divided every day into a topic. We have given the schedule to our students, and they come prepared according to the topic, and then we ask questions from them. So if you are a beginner, you get to know what are the areas you should focus on. If you have already revised once or twice, it will be like recalling everything. So I once again welcome all our YouTube students. We hope you'll enjoy the session. And if you have any queries on how to prepare or anything which you would like Kainath to address, please type it in the YouTube chat box and I'll bring them to Kainath. So welcome everyone. And with that, shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Over to
Over
Kaina.
to you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you, Medhavi, for coordinating this course extremely well. It's the first time the YouTube viewers are seeing this, but we've been doing this for the past 1 week, and this course has been going extremely well. So I'm so proud of what we are doing at this here, and I'm so proud to be a team of, we are part of this team actually. So let me share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. So there you go. Everyone, please be ready with your pen and paper because you might need to scribble from time to time, okay? And note down whatever points you feel will be beneficial for you, okay? All the best. Let's go. We'll first start with paper 1. Here's the first question for you. An exploratory research on a small scale is called, is it a sample test? Is it a pre-test? Is it a pilot test? Or is it an informal test? You have 10 seconds to answer. Come on. The Zoom babies are answering. What about the YouTube babies? I'm not getting any comments on YouTube. Okay, so the answer is pilot test. Okay. Yes, most of you are answering it correct. It's pilot test. An exploratory research, as the name implies, intends merely to explore the research questions and does not intend to offer final and conclusive solutions to existing problems. This type of research is usually conducted to study a problem that has not been clearly defined yet. Conducted in order to determine the nature of the problem, it helps us to have a better understanding of the problem. Okay, that's what is meant by an exploratory research. A pilot study or a pilot test asks whether something can be done, should the researchers proceed with it, and if so, how. It is conducted on a smaller scale than the main or full-scale study. Okay. The goal of pilot test is to assess the feasibility or acceptability of an approach to be used in a larger scale study. Got it? Moving on to the next question. Okay. Question number 2. If a survey is conducted telephonically, which among the following statements will be true? It improves quality of data. It improves the validity of research. It reduces the cost of data collection, or does it make participants more comfortable? Yes. YouTube babies, come on. Answer. Yes, most of you are correct on Zoom. Yes. So I got a first answer on YouTube. It's C. It reduces the cost of data collection. Okay, you're correct. So for these kind of questions, you have to read what the language is saying and you have to use your common sense. Okay, don't forget to use your common sense. Okay, moving on. The third question. In 2018, the original Framework Agreement on Establishment of International Solar Alliance, or ISA, was amended to extend the scope of its membership to, is it all member states of United Nations, the SAARC countries, countries in the Middle East, or countries in the Sub-Saharan Africa? Yes, answer please. Okay, mixed answers for this one. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but the answer is A. All member states of United Nations. Yeah, we received mixed answers for this one. Okay, so make a note of it. All member states of United Nations. The International Solar Alliance is a forum for increasing the adoption of solar energy solutions against the effects of climate change. Its main goals are to support energy access, guarantee energy security, and promote energy transition. The ISA was a joint effort by India and France, the headquarters being in Gurugram. They have a total of 114 member countries. Brazil became a full member of the ISA in 2023, and India also welcomed the Republic of Congo to ISA in 2023. Okay, an important point. Here's a bonus information for you. Do pay attention to similar kinds of whatever new agendas are being brought forward with respect to people development and environment. Okay, read at it, read read minutely, absorb the information. Okay, so here's an extra point for you: the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. Okay, the range of the target range is 2015 to 2030. It provides its member states with reliable actions to promote the development from the risk of disaster. Okay, it works along with other 2030 agenda agreements, such as the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, the New Urban Agenda, the Addis Ababa Action Agenda on Financing for Development, and the Sustainable Development Goals. You must be familiar with the Sustainable Development Goals. Okay, the priorities of this framework is to understand the disaster risk, to strengthen disaster risk governance in order to manage disaster risk, investing in order to reduce disaster risk, enhancing disaster preparedness, and to build back better. Okay, which means recovery from the disaster. Got it? Moving on. Question number 4 for you. Which of the following statements about malware are true? First, a Trojan horse is malware disguised as legitimate software. Second, a virus inserts itself into another program. It runs and spreads itself when the program is opened. Somebody is not on mute. Could you please mute yourself? Thank you. Yeah. Third, a worm is similar to a virus, except yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, so the third is a worm is similar to a virus, except that it does not need a program in order to run. It spreads by itself. Okay, answer which of the following statements are true about a malware. Okay. Yeah, we're getting the answers. You two people, come on. Yes, many of you are answering correct. Yeah, so the answer is A, B, and C. All of these 3 statements are correct. Okay, very good. Yes, moving on. ICT or information communication technology is a very important topic. Do revise, read extra on it. Okay, try to understand what concept and what terms are there. Right, read on this topic. Okay. The next question for you, question number 5. The acronym SANKAL, introduced by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, stands for, is it skill awareness and knowledge assessment of livelihood promotion? Is it skill addition and knowledge assessment of livelihood promotion? Is it skill acquisition and knowledge assessment of livelihood promotion? Or is it skill attainment and knowledge assessment of livelihood promotion? Your answers, please. Yes, many people are answering on the Zoom. Yes, all of you are correct. It is the skill acquisition and knowledge assessment of livelihood promotion. Okay. So for these type of questions, pay attention to the minute differences that are there in the options. Okay, especially be careful with the, etc. These things. Okay, don't hurry with the answer. Don't hurry. Just read it. Stay calm in the exam hall. Always read the question carefully. Read the options carefully, and then answer. Okay, moving on. Question number 6. Identify the correct sequence of the elements of communication set by Aristotle. So the elements are speech, speaker, audience, occasion, and effect. What is the correct sequence? That was given by Aristotle. Your answers, please. Yes. All of you are correct. Yeah. It is D. PADCE, which means speaker first, then comes speech, then comes the occasion, then comes the audience, and ultimately comes the effect. Good, all of you. So Aristotle's model of communication focuses more on public speaking than interpersonal communication. It has 5 basic elements: speaker, speech, occasion, audience, and effect. Aristotle advises the speakers to frame their speech for different audience on different occasions and for different effects. Okay, got it? Let's move on. Yeah, this is your last question for paper 1. Okay, please solve this. In the sequence of numbers 1, 2, 6, 33, 49x, the term x is. Please solve and let me know the answer. I hope you're sitting with your pen and paper. Is it 174? Is it 77? Is it 25 or is it 100? Okay, I'll give a clue. Okay, people are already coming up with their answers. I'll also give a clue because we are short of time. So it's an alternate of square and cube and a little addition over there. Okay. I think that should be clue enough. Are you done? Shall I tell you the answer? Yes, it's actually 174. It's answer A. And here's the solution for you. So 1 plus 1 cube equals to 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. Now we take that 2 and we add the square of 2, which is equal to 2 plus 4, 6. Now we take that 6 and then we add the cube of, can you show the question on screen? Yeah, of course. Money. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So 6 plus 3 cube equals to 6 plus 27, which is equals to 33. 33, we take it and then we add the square of 4 to it. So 33 plus 16 equals 49. We take 49, add the cube of 5, which equals 49 plus 125, and that gives us 174. Okay. If you didn't understand, please make a note of the question and solve it once again. Okay. Practice the series questions, practice maths every day, not just series. This is just one model for you. Okay. Practice the maths questions is very important. Okay. Practice paper 1. Now let's move on to paper 2. Are you ready? Here's the first question. Which of the following poems contains John Donne's famous conceit, bringing a parallel between lovers and the hands of a company? Easy. But this is a PYQ. I've also included many PYQs here. YouTube people, you should know this. You know this. Come on. I need a few answers here. Yes, you are correct. The answer is C, a valediction forbidding mourning. Yeah? Okay, let's move on. Read important poems so that you can identify the lines taken from them. Make it a habit of reading at least one poem every day. Okay? Yeah. So here's the next question for you, question number 2. Who among the following prose writers of the Romantic period authored On Murder Considered as One of the Fine Arts? So who authored this essay? Was it Charles Lamb? Was it Walter Savage Landor? Was it Thomas de Quincey, or was it Anne Radcliffe? Yes. Correct. Yes, so all of you are correct. It is de Quincey. Okay. Here's a short list. Like read on these writers. But I've given you one example. Lamb has written this essay on the tragedies of Shakespeare. Landor's work is Imaginary Conversations. De Quincey has written another essay which is called On Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth. And Hazlitt's literary work of literary criticism is Characters of Shakespeare's Plays. Okay, read upon these. Read upon the prose writers as well. Okay, don't overlook that. Yeah, moving on. Question number 3 for you. Now, I quote, "The artist is the creator of beautiful things." This is the opening line of the preface to which of the following? Is it The Importance of Being Earnest? Is it a portrait of the artist as a young man? Is it the picture of Dorian Gray? Or is it David Copperfield? Mixed answers for that one. Okay, yes. So people on YouTube are also answering. I'm glad to see that. Good. So the answer is the picture of Dorian Gray. Okay. It's not a portrait of the artist as a young man. It is the picture of Dorian Gray. Can you tell me who wrote the picture of Dorian Gray? Yes, it's Oscar Wilde. Correct. Moving on. The fourth question for you. Arrange the following characters by Thomas Hardy in the chronological order of their appearance. Tess Derbyfield, Jude Foley, Michael Henchard, and Gabriel Oak. Arrange these in the chronological order of the appearance of the works of which these characters are a part. Okay, mixed answers again for this. Yes. Okay. Let's see what the answer is. It is C. Okay. First comes Gabriel Oak, then comes Michael Henchard, then comes Tess Derbyfield, and then comes Jude Foley. Yes, very good. People on YouTube. Amazing. So this is a little extra information for you. Far from the Madding Crowd, which was published in 1874, originally appeared anonymously in the Cornhill magazine. The Mayor of Casterbridge, which was published in 1886, was serialized in the newspaper, The Graphic. Tess of the d'Urbervilles, which was published in 1891, also appeared in The Graphic initially. Jude the Obscure, which was published in 1895, began as a magazine serial in December 1894 and was first published in book form in the year 1895. Okay, moving on with the next question. The fifth one. Who among the following has not been named as a great English novelist by F.R. Lewis in his The Great Tradition? Is it George Eliot? Is it Henry James? Is it Charlotte Bronte? Or is it Joseph Conrad? Who has not been named as a great English novelist by F.R. Lewis? Your answers, please. Okay. Mixed answers again. But that's okay. We are here to clear your confusions, right? And this is why you need more of revision so that you don't get confused with these type of questions. Yeah, let's see what the answer is. Yes, thank you, YouTube babies, for answering. Yeah, the answer is Charlotte Bronte. So all the other three have been named as great English novelists by F.R. Lewis. Let's see. Yes, The Great Tradition is a book of literary criticism by F.R. Lewis, published in 1948. He reassessed English fiction, proclaiming Austen, George Eliot, Henry James, and Conrad as the great novelists of the past, and D.H. Lawrence as their only successor. The picture on your screens is the first US edition of The Great Tradition. So you can see the three names there, George Eliot, Henry James, and Joseph Conrad. Okay, that will be easier to remember. So if you, this is also another tip for you. If you want to, if you're reading something new, just go and make a Google search of it. Look at the cover page, look at what it's written over there, okay? It will be able to, you'll be able to retain more easily. Yeah, moving on. Question number 6. I quote, I have carried the manuscript of these translations about with me for days, reading it in railway trains or on the top of omnibuses and in restaurants. And I have often had to close it, lest some stranger would see how much it moved me. Who said the above lines? Was it W.B. Yeats? Was it T.S. Eliot? Was it E.M. Forster? Or was it Rabindranath Tagore? Your answers, please. Yes. Most of you are correct, both on YouTube as well as Zoom. Yes. So let's look at the answer. It is W.B. Yeats. Good. So Yeats wrote the introduction to the English translation of Tagore's Gitanjali. He has also said, I read Rabindranath every day. To read one life of his is to forget all the troubles of the world. Yep. Moving on. The 7th question for you. What is the subtitle of Judith Butler's Gender Trouble? Is it With Strictures on Political and Moral Subjects? Is it Feminism and the Crisis of Identity? Is it Writings by Radical Women of Color? Or is it Feminism and the Subversion of Identity? Your answers, please. Yes. Very good. Yes. So most of you are correct. It is Feminism and the Subversion of Identity. So do look at the subtitles of important works. Don't overlook it. They may ask you that in the exam, okay? And also make a note of all the important feminist works, right? Moving on. Question number 3, and this is the last question of the day for you. Which of the following are not the titles of the 2 volumes of Beauvoir's The Second Sex? Facts and Myths, Towards Liberation, Lived Experience, and Power Politics. So which of the following 2 are not the titles? Your answers. Okay, we're getting mixed answers again. Yeah, let us look at the answer. It is B. So B and D are correct. Which means B and D are not the titles, okay? The title is actually Facts and Myths of the first volume, and the second volume is called Lived Experience, okay? So those are the 2 titles of the volumes. Facts and Myths and Lived Experience are the 2 volumes of the second sex. Some of the chapters first appeared in a journal. This is the name of the journal, Le Temps Modernus. Okay, so that was all. Now you can put forward your questions or queries and I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kainat. It was amazing. So many good
Thank you,
questions.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes. We are waiting for your questions.
Yes. Any of you, if you have anything to ask?
Did you enjoy this session, YouTube babies? Will you join us on every Sunday?
So Ananya has a question on Zoom. She says, as you said for maths, we should practice every day. Do we do PYQs in that? Of course you do. You do practice PYQs, practice new questions, practice maths at least for an hour every day. It is very important. Okay. It's a request, it's a huge request. Please do not overlook maths. It is a tendency in us art students to overlook maths because we are afraid of it. But trust me, if you want JRF, maths is going to lead you there. Okay, including paper one. Pay equal importance to paper one. Okay.
Kainath, we have a question on YouTube.
Okay.
Somebody is asking that, like, if a person is starting from the beginning, how much time should one prepare for to clear? Having JRF in mind, how much time should one devote for preparation?
See, time devotion, I was expecting this question. Time devotion is not a quantitative thing, okay? It depends on the quality. Put in as much work as you can put in a single day and gradually try to increase, okay? So if for the first day, if you can study for 3 hours, then study for 3 hours. For the next day, try to take it up to 4 hours. And the next, take it up to 5 hours. So keep on increasing your own potential, try to push your boundaries and you will be there. So if you're a beginner, just pay attention to what you're reading, keep on revising. Okay, revision is the key. Revise every day. Okay, set a time for a daily revision, set a time for a weekly revision, and set a time for a monthly revision. Okay, it's very important so that you will be able to retain whatever you are reading. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
We also have a question, like, if you would were to say three or four important things we are to focus on. So for that, will somebody is asking, will literary criticism, literary theory, and British literature be enough, like, or should are there some other areas which they should focus on? We have this question from YouTube.
Yeah. So those are the important areas. Those are the core areas you can say. We also have Indian literature. Okay, don't let go of Indian literature. Do focus on that. Do not let go of paper one. Okay, paper one, research aptitude, teaching aptitude, higher education, ICT. These are very important parts. Another tip that I would give you is solve one data interpretation question every day. One data interpretation question means the 5 sub questions. Okay, so the entire one question, including the 5 sub questions. Okay, at least one data interpretation, solve it every day. Okay, that will fetch you marks because the data interpretation question can get you up to what? It has 5 questions, so 2 marks each. It can get you up to 10 marks. Yeah, so do that. And also, yeah, apart from British literature, literary theory and criticism, do focus on Indian literature. Yeah.
Thank you, Kainath. For maths, should we follow any particular book or should we go about the topics? Like, how should we deal with maths? That is one question we have.
What I did with regard to maths is I followed this book, the Oxford one. I think most of you will have it. This one. Before this, I used to follow KVS Madan. So I completed the maths portion in that, and then I followed the Oxford one. Okay, so these were the 2 books that I followed for maths.
Thank you, Kaina. Thank you so much. Neha wants to know, is 1 month enough to prepare for JRF? What are your views on that?
1 month is enough to do the revision. It's not enough to prepare for JRF. If you're a beginner, I think you have to dedicate yourself entirely into it. 1 month is enough for a very thorough revision. Yeah, which you do have. You have more than 1 month of time, so it is important. It is enough for a thorough revision. What is the name of the book? Somebody is asking. It's the Oxford book for paper 1. You can get it easily. Can you see? You can get it easily on Amazon or Flipkart.
Thank you, Kainat. There is a question on YouTube I can see, which it would be wonderful if you could address.
Yeah.
How did you revise? Like, there is a question like how to score better in paper two. The answer is revision. Like, I think what the person wants to know is how to revise, how to score more, how paper two, paper one, what should be the technique in which the revision is done.
Okay. So for that, what I personally did is try to revise in groups, in small groups if you can, because I had a friend, we prepared for this together. So what we would do is we would fix some targets, okay? Suppose we fix 4 chapters for revision for tomorrow, and in the day we would revise that, and in the night, starting from 11 p.m., because that's the time when you're most tired. Okay, so we used to do this quiz thing on voice call. We used to ask each other questions from those 4 chapters. So that would make the revision very concrete. Okay, so that's the technique that I followed. Now, if you don't have a buddy, if you don't have a study partner, then you just fix small targets. You suppose you can read 3 topics in a day. So set a target for 4 topics. As I told you, always set a higher target so that you will be able to push yourself to reach it. Okay, so set a higher target, set a target for 4 topics, read those 4 topics, okay? Take short breaks after every hour, take a 10-minute break or so, and strive to complete what target you have set for the day, and then set a target for another day. So in that systematic way, it will help you to revise everything that you have, okay?
Thank you, Kainat. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Zoom students, YouTube students, if you have any other questions, please post it.
Somebody on Zoom had asked, how often should we give a mock test? As much as you can. Yeah, as much questions as you can solve. Try to solve at least one mock test every day if you can, because I used to do that. I used to solve one mock test at least every day. And especially when I was traveling, I used to solve quizzes. I used to look at various model tests, sample tests, the quizzes that ma'am shared in our paid courses. So solve questions. Okay, have a practice of solving questions. So that will make it a habit of yours, and that will help you a lot. Yeah.
So I think we'll end the session now. And there is a lot to study. Sundays are for studying. So happy studying, everybody. We'll be back next Sunday with another JRF awardee. Kainat, you did very well. Thank you very much. All your tips were very useful. And you were very, very inspiring, isn't it, guys? Thank you, Medhavi, for this coordination. And thank you, everyone. We'll end the session now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.